there are certain strategic name calling of the society we are residing in. The names such as foolish, dud, dumb, dumbhead, you're such a dumbhead, you're such a foolish person, you are not intelligent, you are not matured, you're irresponsible, and anything and any word associated with our intelligence that is to demoralize the intelligence level, that is to put a person down in the sphere of intelligence, in the sphere of the acquiring of knowledge. Now, there is a clear difference between intelligence and acquisition of knowledge. Before coming to it, we have to address the strategic weapons that has been properly channelized, that has been properly paved, and which has been introduced in the society in order to address a bigger issue, and that issue is how to put somebody down. Now, this issue has to be dealt with very carefully because it has huge psychological consequences, huge cognitive deterioration. Cognitive development gets hampered of a human being when a number of times a person is called by a particular name. If you call a person foolish, his intelligence levels will begin to deteriorate with each day, with each repetition of such phrases that we are called upon, that we are called by. This is an issue we need to address. This is an issue we have to battle within for our own benefit, for our own cognitive development, as well as the cognitive development and overall welfare of the society, of our family, of our circle, of each and every human being on the grounds of humanity, regardless of gender, regardless of age, regardless of any sphere or profession. We have to keep this thing in our mind. If there is a child who is not very good with his or her studies and a teacher is always calling him as you're a stupid child, you are not intelligent, you are not hardworking, this is not your cup of tea, then we have to understand the teacher, what the teacher is doing is indirectly the teacher is killing the capacity of the child's cognitive development and cognitive enhancement and process. This process needs to be addressed, and once this process gets hampered, this lingers with you till you grow old. And this is one such reality which has been scientifically proven, and we have to address it any age. Regardless of what age we are, even if you are an adolescent, you are an adult, you are in your early 20s, you are in your late 30s, or you are a middle-aged person in your 40s, 50s, or you are in an old age, regardless of age, when from the point of view of intelligence, you are called a particular name, you are being told that you are foolish, you are being told that you are not good enough for the society, you are not good enough for this business world, you are not good enough for, how they say, on the sphere of earning income, on the sphere of what income you have, what kind of achievements you have had in your life. So from that point of view, somewhere down the line, it has been strategically put. And what is the strategy behind it? It is a same strategy that is intended in order to overcome a person's inferiority complex. Per se, if I call one of my siblings that you are such a dumbhead, I am in the engineering field and you are a school dropout, then somewhere down the line, I know that person, that sibling whom I am calling such kind of name has some sort of quality. And I am somehow suffering some sort of inferiority complex and fear within me that this sibling can become a better achiever than me because I am doing my engineering, he or she is a school dropout. In spite of that, there is certain quality that I have noticed within that person. So now, in order to overcome my inferiority complex and my insecurity, I will begin to call names. I will begin to try to hamper the cognitive development of that particular sibling so that he gets morally discouraged. So that even if the little spark that I can see in that sibling to grow, to make very big in life, that gets curtailed, that gets hampered. So I begin to call him, you're such a dumb person, oh, you're such a stupid, you are such a failure. So these are the names I will call. Now this is a normal human psychology. If you are suffering from an inferiority complex, you will make an offense that will become your best defense. Offense is the best defense, and this is naturally within every human being. The psychology exactly knows, because there are certain things we have grown up learning and watching around. And this is what we do to each or ourselves. You must have experienced, if anybody is calling you foolish, if anybody is calling you dumbhead, if anybody is saying that, see, it's okay, but you are not good enough, you have to immediately get to know that the person is applying certain words on you, is using certain words on you very strategically. And it is strategic on the part of the society, because very strategically these words and name callings has been introduced to the society, and we have unknowingly become the agents of the society who go on promoting this heinous act of the society to break and shatter the cognitive development of each other. This is what is happening, and why this is again to address a bigger issue. Just let's understand from where does it all begin and how it is all working in our life. A fridge has been introduced, a new mobile has been introduced with new gadgets, okay, with new technologies. Now, a person who is saying that, no, it's okay, I don't think I'll invest that sort of money in that, I'll do with what I have and I will not buy that. Now, the trend that everybody is using that particular gadget and that particular technology, and now if you are lacking behind, then you are foolish, you are backward, you're not that advanced, you're not moving with the society, with generation, with time, you're not going ahead of time, you are lacking back, you are backward, your old school thought, you are not good enough. So this is a marketing plan, a marketing strategy, because this is how the businesses and the markets run. And this is how exactly in our day-to-day life, we in this competitive world, it has to do with nothing but competition. Market strategy, business strategy, home strategy, family politics, office politics, everything has to do with competition. If you are not a part of this market, of this society, you're simply sitting in your house. Suppose you are simply a woman, you're a housewife. Alright, you have nothing to do with the outside world. Even there, psychology has within us, and it brings out of us such things that competition is inevitable. You will begin to compete with whatever is there in your house, whichever family member you're living with, because these are inherent things. We have to understand the psychology, we have to understand the psychology within us. We have to understand the psychology of people surrounding us. If anybody is my well-wisher, he will never call me names. He will never, if I am taking a wrong decision, the person will try to correct me politely in a very dignified way, by giving me that benefit of doubt, by giving me that respect, by saying that, okay, this is your point of view, I respect your point of view, but I feel somewhere maybe you're going wrong and this is the right way. This is how you become a well-wisher of a person. But if a person is telling you that you're such a dumbhead, that you're good for nothing, that all the decisions you take in your life are wrong, you always go wrong, you always fail in your life, and you always put yourself in some sort of mess, then you have to understand something, that the person is not your well-wisher. He is not trying to correct you. He or she is playing the role of an agent who is trying to demoralize you, who has noticed some sort of spark within you, some sort of a skill, a talent within you, a confidence within you, and he or she has got insecure, and to overcome his or her insecurity, the person is trying to break your morale. This is as simple as it could be spiritually. When you're invested spiritually, when you're connected, two things that acts in your favor. First, when you are acquiring knowledge, you are acquiring some sort of wisdom, you are spiritually being very powerful, and this empowerment connects you with the supreme consciousness, and the signals that the universe is sending you, you being able to read it. Your confidence level is high, you are very high on your confidence level. So whatever the world is telling you, the world is thinking of you, it doesn't matter to you. Second, when you're not that over smart, when you're not that cunning, when you don't belong to that category, what we call is over smartness or cunning or sly, spiritually you will observe. This is not something to hear or which you're hearing from anybody. No, you will yourself experience and observe that your connectivity and bond with that creator is getting more stronger, because innocence is what touches him. Innocence is what connects with that creator. Innocence is what makes and develops and hones that bond within you and your creator, because innocence is what he gave you birth with. Now further that innocence got contaminated, your aura got contaminated, all thanks to the society, the surrounding, and thanks to ourselves also, because it is we who choose to get carried away. Because if we are determined, then there is no slyness, no corruption of the society that can contaminate our soul, that can contaminate our aura, that can contaminate our energy. No, nothing. So spiritually, you will realize that that creator, that supreme consciousness, he is more and more connected with you. You can read the signals, the help that you're receiving from that consciousness, the supreme consciousness. You will receive guidance, you will receive help, and you will get to know that, okay, this is the help that I'm getting. This is the inner voice that is talking to me and telling me, okay, this is a wrong decision, take this decision. If you're investing in your share market, no, don't do this, do that. Don't go out today is not a good day. Everything, whatever your messages that you're receiving from that signal, from the universe, from the cosmic energy, your intuitive power is growing, because you are shunning down, you're shunning away from you all the cunningness, all the slyness, and the overknowledge. Last but not the least, please have a clear understanding of the difference between intelligence and acquisition of knowledge. Acquisition of knowledge is good, but in the process of acquiring knowledge and of collecting knowledge, more and more knowledge, as much knowledge as you can, and it has nothing to do with intelligence, because a person who doesn't have a lot of knowledge also can be intelligent inherently, with his given DNA, with his given atmosphere. Those are two different things, and we have to strike a balance between intelligence, that is the inner wisdom, and acquisition of knowledge, acquiring of knowledge. Only having a balance between the two can enable us, empower us to kill all the dependency and get hold of our life and live a life full of wisdom, full of dignity, full of self-confidence. There is no dependency that any person will judge you or call you with a particular name, that the person will say he is very intelligent. You're very nice, you're very matured, you're very intelligent, you are very, very sharp. This dependency of appreciation needs to be killed. Only then slavery will come to an end. You will not become a slave to anything, even to your mind, because you will know and you will say that I am not a slave to anything because I don't depend on anything. So no dependency, what the slavery bred.